Hello everybody, you know what time it is. Maybe not. So, revamped Columbia just a little bit. As of right now, she still has no collision. I've got to fix that. But most of the framework is in place for her to be a little bit cooler. Oh yeah. Here we go. Wish me luck. Yay. It's not even bugging the stream out yet. Here we go. Here we go. I've got a boner. And the shadows, the fucking shadows work with it. It's so good. There's just points where Blue outdoes himself, and then he really outdoes himself because we had to drop all the bolts off of everything but the top because this thing had like, I don't know, 100,000 plus polys, and we kind of like lowered the shit out of it. So there we go. She works as far as movement at the moment. I love the shadows. I gotta get it collision. I'm not too sure how much collision I'm gonna give it. I know I'll give it for those. The problem is if I end up giving it too much collision, like these things have to intersect a little bit in order to build walls and shit. So I'm not 100%. If you notice, it's perfectly proportioned to sit up and down on the thing. It sits on the lower frame and sits on the upper frame and sits kind of perfectly. It'll overlap on the sides. So I don't know how much collision I want to give it underneath, just because you won't be able to place walls and shit. Like maybe I'll put collision in the middles of these. That way you can't just hit it, but I'll try to make it so you can put walls, but I don't know. It's going to be iffy. The other functions that it's going to have that are already in the works are detection for... Basically, right now, the script is set up to basically travel forward X amount of units and turn 15 degrees, travel down X amount of units. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it about 10 different points on the front that detect collision in front of it. And whichever one returns the lowest value will be how far it can travel forward, which means conceivably, and the same thing down, there'll be about 40 points underneath that will all detect collision below it. So conceivably, like right now, it would detect that tree, and you'd only be able to go down about 20 or 30 units before it would stop. This will allow you to park this thing like right up next to buildings, I mean just like wherever you want it, which I think would be really, really cool. Just noticed the normal map for this isn't working right. I'm gonna have to take a look at the normal maps. Anyway, that and fast travel, you'll be able to throw a flare and fast travel the ship to the flare. But yeah, that's about the... It can go a little bit farther. You see where the base camp is back there in one hop. So it's basically got a hop from there to here, and then after a few seconds, it'll be ready to hop again. It's going to have wireless power because you can't really keep anything connected with cables when it's moving. It just literally goes to hell. But yeah, fucking love the engines. I love this sucker. It is awesome. I might actually try to cut this piece off. Blue's probably going to yell no, but I might try to cut this piece off and give it collision and allow you to attach more engines to this thing if you wanted to, and they'd have the same animation and shit because they look fucking awesome. Come on, people. I'm going to play the music for this video. I'm just going to put it in afterwards because it's so good. So, there you go, guys. I should have done toggle free camera while I was moving just to show you. But yeah, they're awesome. They've got pivot points on them. So that's what they're pivoting on when they actually turn. They've got the little gears in here pivoting the whole thing with the fan blades. This NIF was a beast to set up, but oh my goodness, worth it. Worth it, worth it, worth it. I love how I can turn the boy off on myself. So yeah. So basically it's just a frame. It's just the superstructure, and yeah, Columbia got a Helicarrier upgrade. That's so good. Why does my character keeps turning to like face me? Piss off, character. Anyway, take it easy.